I guess we'll start with the big one. Eric Ebron, man. What's your thoughts on it?
Oh man, dude, this is what we've been waiting for. I'm so pumped about this one. I mean, people have been posting about it, and it was my initial thoughts too. Ben hasn't had an athletic tight end like this since Ladarius Green, since we tried to get him on the field and have that connection with Ben. And you saw what happened when we had Green out there for like 3 games. It was a big difference maker.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he could ball.
And we haven't had it since then. I mean, we traded for Vance a couple years after that, and Vance had a good year with Ben, like over 600 yards back in 2018. And I just feel like we've been missing that athletic tight end, though, or that potential for a combo tight end set where both could be dangerous. And we've been talking about tight end. I mean, how are we going to address it? We obviously brought back Vance on a cheaper contract, but obviously you were going to have to get a second tight end of some sort, whether it was through the draft.
And then because obviously Nick Vanette had left as well through free agency.
Right. And so I think the only guy we had left was Gentry, right?
Correct.
So we need
the Scotland, man. Cortland Scotland Williamson, man. From across the pond, mate.
Oh, okay.
I
don't know anything about him.
Yeah. So he was a part of the like NFL Without Borders program where they don't count against the roster, but you can have him on the team. He's been up here for going on 3 years now, man. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
was he on the practice squad?
Technically, well, the first year, yes. Then I forgot how they classified him this year. But yeah, man, he's a good dude.
I didn't even know about this.
Yeah, he's a cool guy, man. Tallest, like he's like 6'7", bro.
Really?
Yeah. But it's gonna take he's a project piece though.
What did he play rugby or something?
I forgot what he was playing overseas, man. I want to say it wasn't rugby. I want to say they introduced the football program similar to the guy from the Carolina Panthers that just got a big contract as well, where they weren't playing any type of football. The NFL people go over and introduce the programs to them, and then some of those guys become good enough where they're able to come across. And that's how it was with him. Yeah.
Got you. So we didn't know how we were going to address it because cap space seemed limited, and somehow we're able to spend $6 million a year to get Ebron, and it was the best surprise ever to see on Friday. I'm like so pumped about it, dude.
Well, I'm waiting to see the contract details on it, just because it could be where they split it up 6 and 6, or it could be 4 first year, 8 the next year. You know what I mean? Just depending on how they chop it up. So that'll be interesting to see that. But shout out to Kevin Colbert, to Omar. They've been doing an awesome job in terms of the restructures, in terms of the deals that they negotiated, in terms of the people that they released. They knew what they were doing. And I'm really excited about the move with Ebron. I think a couple of things in terms of when I watch him, obviously crazy athletic, major red zone target, has run out their catchability, also is plagued by drops. That's the only thing that I'm kind of concerned with, because we saw similar things with Vance. Remember when we traded for Vance, I think it was in 15 or 16. I think it might have been 16. He had led the league in drops with San Fran. So that was my only thing. And then it was like, okay, well, how does that carry over into this situation? So from what we've seen, when he's catching the ball, when he has the rock in his hands, he's dominant. You know what I mean? And obviously his pedigree speaks for itself. He's a guy that has shown he can be very productive. But at the same time, that has been one of the bigger knocks on him, is the consistent, reliable hands. So hopefully, as long as that doesn't reoccur, then man, I love this signing. I think it was a low risk signing in terms of the amount of money. Like I said, we'll know a lot more when we see the guaranteed portion. That's going to tell us an even bigger story, because when you look at the Derek Watt contract, essentially the first years was guaranteed. The second and third year, though, they could cut ties and not really have any type of hit.
Whoa.
So it's interesting to see once those details come out on Ebron, is it going to be a similar type of situation where maybe $4 million is guaranteed of that 12? So then, okay, if it doesn't work out, they don't have to be tied up in that. But I love it because I think when we talked about positions that needed to be improved, tight end was one of the major ones. We said tight end, running back, offensive line, potentially receiver. We said we need some stuff on defense. And when you bring in Ebron, Ebron, when he's on, he's better than Vance. I don't think there's it's not even a conversation about that. It's clear that he's the better guy. So I'm excited for that element. But like I said, I just want to see if he can be consistent. If he can be consistent, man, shoot, he will light it up here, because you know how Ben works when he has a dope tight end.
Dude, he hasn't. Obviously, Heath is more of the McDonald mold.
Correct, yes.
Where not as fast.
Ladarius was the only crazy athlete tight end.
Ben's never had that his whole career. he had it for, it was like, what, 3 or 4 games?
Yeah.
And you saw what the offense could be.
Man.
And then he just was plagued with concussions. It was really unfortunate. And now bringing in Ebron, dude, he's been one of those uber talented players ever since coming out of college. Mm-hmm. He was able to put it together completely for, I think it was 2018. Mm-hmm. Even the years before that, though, he was having around 500-600 yards. I think
the thing was he'll always have good receiving yards, ton of touchdowns, like especially in the red zone. But it's just always the inconsistency. That's the biggest knock that I've seen.
Well, there was that. I think he was hurt a little bit too, and I think they would mix him in with other tight ends too. Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, obviously, I'm assuming that's what we're gonna do. But still, man, dude, I love this sign. You saw my reaction on Friday.
Like I said, it's a huge boost. I'm excited about it. Like I said, for me, I'm just ready to see. Okay, does he get that out of his game and keep showing us the good stuff? Because you know how it is right now, man. It's the honeymoon phase. Right now, that signing, we love it.
It's unreal.
But if he comes in there and he's not being consistent with his hands, you're gonna be the first one up here critiquing it. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's how it is, man. We know we've seen this, man.
Yeah, but if there's certain players I like, then I'm going to give them a benefit of the doubt.
I'm just saying we've seen this before. So for me, I'm just like, instead of me just jumping all the way off the bridge just yet, let me just ease on up here, man.
Dude, I'm not. I'm definitely not. I feel so good
you. I know how you do, man.
This is unreal.
Yeah.
See, there's certain things I just want to say right now about our offense and how it stacks up against the league.
Go ahead, get it off your chest, man.
Nah, man, we're good. We're good right now. We'll save that for a later date.
Go ahead, man.
Nah, I mean, we're looking good. Our offense is looking lethal.
Okay.
And the draft hasn't even happened yet. So
correct.
I said this previous podcast, we're already at house money. I was good with what we had to at least win some games and be a really good team. Right. Now we had Ebron. Now the draft isn't even happened yet. Come on, man. Come on. We're looking big time here. And the defense,
I like it.
Is good, if not better, like we said.